Hello, my friends. This is the video that I made on SOFI on December the 3rd of this year, when the price of this asset was at $15.91, as you can see right here. And as you can see, we were at this point right after we retested the $16.44 mark, as I predicted in my previous video. And my main assumption was that we have to see the retracement to the downside. And I have to admit that it was quite a lot of signs from the technical standpoint that showed us that potentially we have to see this retracement. And guys, take a look right here. We were at this point, then we retested for the next time again. This $16.44 went lower, and from its highest point to this lowest range, it lost about 10.37%. But for now, guys, as you can see, we have quite choppy movements, quite choppy sideways movements. And I have to admit that I can see some mixed signals. Everything I will show you in just several minutes. But for now, guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, and if you want to read the charts easily like I can subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account, where for the $35 a month you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, guys, for the first 100 subscribers I will do a giveaway. I will do a technical analysis based on your request on any asset that you might find. On top of that, guys, and it is the most lucrative offer, for now there is not so many people inside the Discord group. That is why almost 100% of my time will be dedicated to you, and it is pretty much one-on-one training for the value of $450 a month, but for the fraction of this cost, for just $35 a month. And I think it is quite a fair deal.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
So guys, and let's take a look again at its price action. Let's zoom out to a daily time frame and let's turn off all the drawing tools. You can see that from this bottom, this asset gained a lot of momentum, and it has about 173% of potential profit. It received about 173% of potential profit within just less than 150 days. And this is quite impressive movement. And for now, guys, as you can see, we have a slight consolidation at the ranges of about $16. And I have to admit that this is a very crucial point for SOFI. I will explain you my thoughts within just several minutes. But for now, let's take a look at its fundamentals. First of all, I want to pay attention to the sentiment that is surrounding SOFI stock. If you type in Google search bar SOFI stock and switch to new stuff folder, you will see several most recent news, and the majority of this news is related to the only action that was made by Bank of America. On December the 9th, they reiterated their rating, switched the rating from neutral to underperform, but they set the same price target of $12 mark, which implies about 25% of downside potential from the current price. And this leads to the following consensus analyst price target. For now, it's set at $10.5, which is still about 34.13% of downside potential. And as you can see right here, we have just two analysts who suggest $16 as the price target for the next 12 months. It is JP Morgan Chase and Mizuho. And I have to admit that we are scratching this top. And in general, as you can see, based on 13 analysts' ratings, we have 3 analysts who suggest to sell, 7 who suggest to hold, and 3 who suggest to buy. As you can see, we don't have clear sentiment among the list of analysts. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. We are on so-called smart money investors list, and we still have a lot of green rows on the most recent NP filings. But you have to keep in mind that these filings have a delay of at least 45 days, which means these deals was made at least 45. Basically, it is the statement of this number of shares at the very end of September, by September the 30th. On top of that, we have Vanguard, who closed their position entirely with one of their branches. And I have to admit that if you take a look right here, another branch of Vanguard slightly added to their position, about 0.35%, and they still hold more than 188.755 million in value in SOFI. This means, guys, you have to keep in mind that this is a lagging indicator, but I want to pay attention to the insider trading list. Just several days ago, as you can see at the very beginning of December, right after I made my previous video, SLTA4GP LLC sold their position, and I have to admit that they made it through several trades, and this is quite a negative sign, and I have to admit that potentially we might still have a lot of bearish pressure on SOFI in upcoming sessions. So, and let's take a look at this tweet that was written by Travis. He is a long-term bull on SOFI, and he explained the decision of Bank of America to reiterate their ratings. So, part of BAC's downgrade of SOFI includes a valuation premium on their 2026 EPS guide of 52 cents, which is lower than management's provided range of 55 to 80 cents respectively. Next, in addition to full year 2025 guidance, Anthony and Chris LaPointe should provide revised 2026 EPS estimates to account for LPB growth and other initiatives. It will force analysts to revise their own 2026 estimates upwards, similar to how they were forced to increase 2024 EPS throughout this year, which they initially guided for 6 cents or 8 cents in January and got smoked. Retail knew all along that 55 cents EPS in 2026 was way too low. Likely SOFI will come well above even $0.8 in 2026 EPS. Analysts, however, need much more hand-holding to arrive at that same conclusion. Let's help them out. And guys, I have to admit that I 100% agree with Travis, but we have these forecasts and the price targets that is set for the period of the upcoming 12 months. That is why, guys, before it happens, we might see quite choppy movements on SOFI price action. And let's continue with the technical analysis. But before we dive deeper right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell, and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, first of all, let's turn on the indicators, and let me show you that on a daily time frame we pretty much unloaded the bearish divergence, and on top of that, according to MACD indicator, we have a first uptick on the negative side that is showing us that it loses its negative momentum. And I have to admit that yes, we might have another leg to the upside on a daily time frame according to the indicators on daily time frame. But if you take a look right here, if you switch to weekly time frame, we are still at extremely high levels, as you can see right here, at 82.17 points, and we have the second bar in a row that is lower than that it had previously. And we have, guys, take a look right here, we have 3 hanging men in a row right here at the very top of its price action. This means, guys, I have mixed signals, but in general my thoughts is following. We still have a lot of chances to see lower prices for SOFI in upcoming weeks. At the same time, guys, according to lower time frames, we pretty much unloaded all indicators, and we might have in upcoming sessions an attempt to break $16.44 mark. And to be honest, if you hold your position from the bottom, from the ranges of about $6 to $8, you can definitely trim your position, as I told you in my previous video, and you can trim it accordingly to its movement to the upside. For example, at $16.5 you can reduce your position by 10%. Next 10% of its movement, again 10% of your portfolio should be reduced, and so on and so forth. This will improve your exit point for SOFI, and this will give you more chances to re-enter at lower prices with a more lucrative upside potential. And guys, according to Elliott wave theory, I still stand on my position that we completed our fifth wave at this point, because I cannot count. I made a lot of reiterations of this count, and I cannot find anything else than this count. This means, guys, take a look right here. This movement to the downside and this attempt to retest higher points might be an overthrow in the B wave of the retracement. Let me show you like this. Potentially this might be the A wave on a lower scale. This is overshooting in a B wave, and we can have the C wave that is much lower than the current prices. But at the same time, guys, on a smaller scale, we might have the bottom of our C wave right here, and this will be only A wave on a bigger scale. If my assumption is correct, we might have, this is our A wave, then we might have another B wave, and the probability of the overshooting of the next B wave is extremely low. That is why, in my opinion, we shouldn't break this range, and we might land somewhere at 16, let's say $16 mark, and then we might have another leg to the downside that potentially will retest about $13 mark. It is just a blueprint of its potential movement, but I have to admit that I can see more and more undecisive signs from the technical standpoint. But at the same time, guys, the market should have a cool down. Market in general should have a cool down right after the election results were announced. And that is why, guys, I still stand on my position that potentially we might have much lower prices for SOFI with the anticipation of its next leg to the upside. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.